Nigerian Institute of Quantity Surveyors and also a registered member of the Quantity Surveyors Registration Board of Nigeria. I'm also a past chairman of the Nigerian Institute of Quantity Surveyors FCT chapter and also a past treasurer of the Nigerian Institute of Quantity Surveyors National Executive Council. Presently, I'm the current secretary of the Nigerian Institute of Quantity Surveyors Foundation. The Nigerian Institute of Quantity Surveyors Foundation is an offshoot of a professional body based and believes in prudent management of scarce resources for infrastructural and other sustainable development goals. We believe as a foundation that we will rely on our experience in project management and cost effectiveness of other projects in executing the works of the foundation in terms of sustainable development goals. The major challenge we are facing as a new foundation is that of funding. This can be ascribed to the fact that we are barely a year old, and because of that, we are depending on individuals and corporate organizations to make contributions towards the realization of the set objective of the foundation. We've written several letters to different organizations. It's also encouraging to note here that some have started responding, but it's not enough in executing the works or the objective that we've set for ourselves or the foundation has outlined towards the realization of the sustainable development. The objectives of setting up the foundation is in tune with the development space. This is why our objectives are mostly based on making sure that the sustainable development goals are achieved. Having a sustainable cities and community has to do with the provision of adequate and safe affordable housing, basic services such as transport system, potable water, and also having a sustainable energy and upgrading the slum. When we are talking of slum, we are talking of the ghetto. You will agree with me that this is a critical area where our services are needed. Our major problem we have is in the built environment, because especially in terms of funding from the government towards the infrastructural development. Because of that, I'm of the opinion that the encouragement from the government in realization of the sustainable development goals in terms of cities and communities will be very, very difficult to attain if enough resources is not deployed towards that area. Let me give you an instance of recent. I think the government were saying that next year they may not have money to fund capital development. So these are causes for concern. And secondly, in the private sector, we find that because clients, their mind is not truly made up in terms of realization of the UN Sustainable Development Goals, in terms of infrastructure, they don't employ the services of the experts. Because of that, the implication is we have collapsed buildings, which leads to deaths of several individuals. And some of the objective of the UN development goals, sustainable development goals, is sustenance of life and property. So these are some of the challenges we are having in this sector. Sustainability is the practice of making sure that while meeting the needs of the current generation, we should also not jeopardize the future generation. Because in that sense, we should not be selfish, just thinking of ourselves for today, whereas there's a future. And that is why all effort is being made that we have clean energy. We work on the implication of climate change in order not to ruin the future generation of our time. I'm passionate of seeing a clean environment that will be sustained for the future generation. And if you permit me, everything God created was good, as was pronounced in the Holy Book. So for us to sustain it, everything we are doing in this present time should be good. So I'm an advocate of that everything we are doing should be a thing that should be sustained, not only for now, but for the future. So our passion is because of that, I offer my services to serve in the body.